Hi guys. So most of you are probably wondering why I'm doing this video, and well, my life's been a bit of a roller coaster, to say the least, over the last couple of years. I mean, losing my dad to cancer in 2011 was one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with in my life. Um, and then winning an Olympic medal last year in 2012 in front of a home crowd, finishing my A levels this year. I mean, it's been hectic. And well, one thing that I consider to be pretty important is to have some form of private life. And I mean, you're probably thinking, well, why did you do a book and why did you do a documentary and all that kind of stuff? But I've only ever talked about things I feel comfortable talking about. I mean, like when I was younger, I hated talking about the bullying situation at school. I didn't like talking about my dad because obviously at the time it was a sensitive subject. But I mean, it's one of those things that, well, in an ideal world, I wouldn't be doing this video because it shouldn't matter. But recently, I was misquoted in an interview, and it made me feel really angry and frustrated, and like emotions that I've never felt before when reading something about myself. And for me, honesty is something that I really do believe in, and I've always been honest. I may have been, I don't know, vague in some of my answers, but I've always been honest. And one thing I've never really felt that comfortable talking about are my relationships, because that's what I get asked, even if I'm doing sporting interviews. It's, do you have a girlfriend? Who are you seeing? All that kind of stuff. And I mean, I've been dating girls, and I've never really had a serious relationship to talk about. And now I kind of feel ready to talk about my relationships. And come spring this year, my life changed massively when I met someone, and they make me feel so happy, so safe, and everything just feels great. And well, that someone is a guy. And it did take me by surprise a little bit. I mean, it was always in the back of my head that something like that could happen, but it wasn't until spring this year that something just clicked. It felt right, and I was like, okay. And like I said, my whole world just changed right there and then. And, and of course I still fancy girls, but I mean, right now I'm dating a guy, and I couldn't be happier. It makes me feel safe, and it just really does feel right. And people are going to have their own opinions, and I think people are going to make a big deal of this. I mean, is it a big deal? I don't think so. And people will call me a liar. I mean, it's going to be, big, but I wanted to say something, and I feel like now I'm ready, and I wanted to do it. And people will think, well, what will your dad say, or what would your dad would have said? I mean, he always said to me, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. And right now, I couldn't be happier. My mum's been so supportive as well. I mean, I can count the number of people I've told on my hand, but all my friends and family that I've told have been like so supportive, which has been great. But I told the rest of my family today, and well, let's just say they had mixed opinions. Lots of them, well, didn't believe it. Lots of them wanted me to keep it quiet. Some said, why don't you just do a statement? Why don't you do a magazine cover? Why don't you do a TV interview? But I mean, I didn't want to get my words twisted. I wanted to put an end to all the rumors, the speculation, and just say it and just tell you guys, because that's what I want to do. And I mean, my friends and family are always there to support me, and I hope you guys can be too. I mean, I'm still Tom. I still want to win an Olympic gold medal in Rio 2016 for Great Britain. I'm still motivated, as motivated as ever to do that. And I mean, it'd be great to have you guys on that journey too. But you know, I just wanted to make sure that I got to tell you guys before I head off to Houston for a training camp that I've got up until Christmas. So I'm glad that I've got it off my chest, and I hope you can join me on my journey to Rio 2016 too.